So, Mr. Pine Creek Doug, hello, hello. I watch about a third of your videos, to tell you the truth. I like your channel. I think I even said that when I was on your channel. You put out a lot of content during the week, time-wise. Otherwise, I'd probably watch it all, but I don't really have time to watch it all. I just rarely comment on videos. Every once in a rare while do I comment on a video. Especially atheist videos, I don't usually like to draw attention to myself. I watch a lot of atheist videos. And your channel is one of the, I would put it in one of the top 10 channels, I guess. You know, I'll tell you who I watch. I watch GM Skeptic, most of what he puts out. Watch most of Godless Cranium. I watch almost everything Shannon puts out, except for she puts out a lot of long-form interview things. I don't watch usually all those. Almost all of what Paul Gia puts out. I put you in the category of them, for the most part. Seth Andrews, I watch a lot of what he puts out. Seth Andrews is about the same. I watch about a third of what he puts out. So he puts out a lot of content. So, I just rarely comment. I don't like to draw attention to myself when I'm watching atheist videos necessarily. And I don't always have something to say, to be quite honest with you. As far as the last interaction we got into on Twitter, as far as I'm concerned, it wasn't that big of a deal. You know, it wasn't personal. It certainly wasn't personal. I tagged you because I was genuinely interested in your opinion on the video in question. And you tweeted something to me that was completely dishonest. It was completely dishonest. Maybe you think I'm an idiot. It's possible that you think I'm really dumb. I really promise you I'm not. Or it's possible that you don't perceive the tweet in question as dishonest. Either way, you're perfectly capable of going back and watching and looking at the tweet. I promise you it was dishonest. Either you perceive me as stupid or you don't perceive the tweet as dishonest. And we don't need to talk about it. As far as I'm concerned, all I did was call bullshit on a tweet. That's it. That's all I did. And I didn't intend it as anything more intense than that. And I thought I was pretty restrained. I thought it was a pretty appropriate balance between vitriol and restraint. You know, I was just calling bullshit, that's all. And if any of the atheists I respect, like Paul Gia or Shannon Q or Sirius the Skeptic or Seth Andrews, any of them had tweeted something to me personally that I thought that was that disingenuous, I'd have called bullshit on them too. That's all that happened. I wasn't trying to be any more intense than that. So I apologize if you know, it's kind of, yeah, I'll give you one of the fake apologies that I give to my wife. I apologize that I had to do that. You know, I stand by it that your tweet was disingenuous. I promise you it was. And I'm pretty sure you're capable, if you go back and watch it, read it, you're pretty sure you're capable of understanding exactly what my objection was. You know, you were playing an idiot head game with me. And I'm not an idiot. You might think I am. It's possible you think I'm dumb. Because you deal with a lot of Christians who tend to be dumb. Maybe you think I'm dumb like they are. I'm really not. Promise. Promise. So all I did was call bullshit, dude. Water under the bridge as far as I'm concerned. Not a big deal. The reason why I tagged you in that particular exchange anyways, and I said this at the time, is because I put you in the category of atheists I respect. Now, if I had called bullshit to Shannon or any of the ones I respect, Paul Gia, sometimes they are dishonest on Twitter when they're engaging with other people. Sometimes, they're human beings. Sometimes they say stuff that I think is crap. Okay, I don't call them out on it. Why? Because they're not talking to me personally. It's not really any of my business. If they said something to me personally about something I just asked them to deal with, and they said something that was completely disingenuous, I'd call them on it too. And I'd completely expect them to understand why I thought it was disingenuous, which I completely expect you to do. So I have enough respect for you to not. I pulled my punches. I don't think I was mean to you, but I have enough respect for you to not necessarily think that you should perceive it any other way than it was. It was disingenuous engagement. Honestly, it was. And if you don't see that it was disingenuous engagement, then you do it too often with too many people, and you're not catching your own bullshit, because it was a bullshit tweet. Promise. Anyways, water under the bridge. I don't know if you remember. Think of it, okay, just this on, and then we can let it go. When you engage with Mike Winger, and he says something that you think is completely disingenuous, you call him on it all the time, correct? I've seen you do it. It's all that happened to you. You engaged with me in a way that I thought was completely disingenuous, and I slapped you down for it. Appropriately, I thought. That's all. Again, I'm sorry I had to do that. I'm sorry I had to do that, Pine Creek. Sorry I had to do that, Doug, but I had to do it. Moving right along. Now, the reason why I engaged you in that particular instance, why I commented on your video, I don't know if you remember this, but we had a little back and forth about that particular wussy Christian. I even called him a wussy Christian. I think we were on a video, we were in a chat on Shannon's channel. And you mentioned him as somebody who, if you were to ever start exploring Christianity again, that's somebody that you had some empathy for. Now, I wasn't clear in your actual video that I was commenting on whether, I couldn't tell what your take on him was from the video. It was hard to gather whether you had some empathy for that particular wussy Christian. But all I was trying to point out, and this, I wanted to bring to your attention, is that there's other wussy Christians who are better than him. Marcus Borg. I really think you might actually like Marcus Borg, and honestly, I think you might get something out of him. I just read the book Days of Awe and Wonder, and I'm not exactly sure where he stands. I don't think he believes Jesus is God. I think he believes Jesus is some kind of just like spiritual guy. It's hard to fathom exactly what his beliefs are. But there are some things he says that I think are pretty wise and insightful, like I said in my comment. And I actually think you'd like him. I think you'd get a lot out of him. That's why I commented. Because I think you should check out the book Days of Awe and Wonder. He's a wussy Christian too. He's a lot more ecumenical. I don't know if he's obviously not a biblical literist. He's obviously not a fundamentalist. I think he may even be like a liberal, left-leaning. It wasn't clear his politics from the book I read, but I'm pretty sure he's, a liberal. I think you'll like him. I think you will actually appreciate his take on Christianity. Honestly, I do. He's pretty bright, and he's a lot better than I thought he was going to be. I'm usually suspicious of wussy Christians. There's a couple of them that I've heard of, and I've investigated a little, like Rob Bell. And Rob Bell I don't really like. I find him a wussy Christian in a way that's disingenuous. This guy I kind of like. I think he's just taking Jesus. I think he's just taking Jesus from where he's actually at in his belief. I don't think he's doing it dishonestly. I don't think he's like trying to like Rob Bell's a little bit of a wuss in terms of. This might be just my own take, but I think Rob Bell is like fake. I think he's kind of just, the Bible isn't trashing homosexuals and it doesn't talk about hell because he just wants to, play to the culture at large. I don't get that with Marcus Borg. I think he's just taking Jesus from where he actually believes. I don't know if that makes sense, but he's just taking... I don't think he actually believes Jesus is God, but he thinks Jesus has something important to say and is kind of super spiritual in a way that he finds relevant. I'm pretty sure that's exactly where he's at. I think. It's hard to say. Wussy Christians are hard to pin down. So I thought you'd like him. That's all. That's all. The only reason why I commented, because I think you should check out Marcus Borg. He's a better wussy Christian than that particular guy. He's a much more intelligent person. And he actually has some wise insights. I was kind of impressed with the book. That's why I commented. And as far as the tweet, our little shootout, I really honestly didn't think it was that big of a deal. It's really not. So, again, sorry I had to do that. And, I'll comment on your videos more often. I just never really feel like I have anything to say. So, there you go. That's all for now. Bye-bye.